7:30 p.m. A Michigan woman and her husband step into a small dinghy in the Bahamas. She never makes it back. He does. 8.5 hours alone. His explanation? She fell overboard. The engine died, and he had to paddle for hours through open ocean in the dark. Officials would later call that paddle Herculean, and now he's under arrest. This is the story of Lynette Hooker, 55 years old, a mother, a sailor, a woman who loved the water, and a disappearance that her own daughter says does not add up. Lynette Hooker and her husband Brian had spent a decade building a life on water. Experienced sailors, scuba certified, they charted a course across open water, learning to dive, chasing marine life, and finding meaning in the quiet in-between moments at sea. They documented everything: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Their account, called The Sailing Hookers, showed the couple moving between isles, refilling scuba tanks, navigating narrow channels. On March 29th, Lynette posted a video of darkened skies and choppy water. She wrote, "Here we are at Marsh Harbor. The Sea of Abaco is very entertaining." She had no idea those would be some of her final words online. Lynette Hooker posted her last TikTok just 2 days before she disappeared. Their sailboat was named Soulmate. Here is what we know, according to investigators and reports. On Saturday evening, Lynette and Brian Hooker left Hopetown around 7:30 p.m., headed for Elbow Cay in a small 8-foot dinghy, making their way back to the Soulmate, a trip of roughly 2.5 miles. Routine, they'd done it. Then, according to Brian, everything went wrong. He told authorities that rough conditions, high winds, and choppy waves caused Lynette to fall overboard. He says she was wearing the engine's safety lamp, a cord designed to cut power if the operator falls in. And when she went over, the engine died. No engine, no power. He says he watched her swimming toward shore and then lost sight of her. He tried to paddle after. He could not reach her. According to Brian Hooker's own account to investigators, he washed up on shore at 4 a.m. the next morning at Marsh Harbor Boatyard. His wife had gone overboard around 7:30 p.m. the night before. That is 8.5 hours on a small dinghy in the dark in the ocean. Officials called it Herculean. Authorities were not notified until approximately 4 a.m. Sunday, nearly 9 hours after Lynette disappeared. Now, here is where the questions begin. Lynette's daughter, Carly Aylesworth, is not buying it. She told investigators and media that her stepfather, a former Marine, had a history of violence toward her mother. She described her mother as a fit person who would not simply fall overboard. "I have a hard time believing she just fell off," Aylesworth said. "Even if she did, I don't understand why he did drop anchor and look for her, or even swim to go get her. He was a Marine." She also described the phone call she received from Brian the following evening. Aylesworth told media that Brian Hooker sounded monotone and relaxed when he told her what had happened to her mother. He said, like matter of fact, "Hey, your mom is missing. We don't know where she is." There is one more detail investigators are looking at closely. Lynette Hooker was not wearing a flotation device when she went overboard. Brian says he threw one to her. Searchers did find a flotation device in the water, one Brian says he threw to his wife. She was never found with it. Brian Hooker also sent hand-drawn maps to friends and boaters, purportedly showing the route his dinghy took that night, and shared them with law enforcement to help the search. His attorney says he has been fully cooperative. The search launched immediately after Brian reported Lynette missing. It involved the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, Hopetown Volunteer Fire and Rescue, and aerial support from the United States Coast Guard. Days passed. No body, no Lynette. By Tuesday, officials announced the effort had shifted from an active rescue to a recovery mission. Then came Wednesday. Brian Hooker was arrested by the Royal Bahamas Police Force, taken into custody as a suspect based on, quote, "some probable cause," according to police. No charges have been filed as of this reporting. His attorney says he has been questioned intensively, including about his marriage and personal life, and that he categorically and unequivocally denies any wrongdoing. His detention period has been extended while investigators determine next steps. The United States Coast Guard has confirmed it has opened a criminal investigation into her disappearance. Meanwhile, Lynette's mother is waiting. "We have many unanswered questions," her mother, Darlene Hamlet, said. "We are still holding on for a positive outcome to this tragedy, and her daughter is demanding the truth. Here is what we are left with: a woman gone, a husband in custody, a yacht named Soulmate sitting docked at Marsh Harbor, and a story that, according to investigators, family, and now a criminal probe by the United States Coast Guard, does not add up." Lynette Hooker is still missing. We will keep following the story because her name deserves to be remembered. If you want more people to know Lynette's name, share this video right now. Every share puts her face in front of someone who hasn't heard this story yet. Follow this page. We cover cases like this every week. We don't let them disappear. And I want to hear from you in the comments. Brian Hooker's attorney says this was a tragic accident. His stepdaughter says the story doesn't add up. What do you think happened that night? Drop your answer below.